G'day guys, Prozil here. This is a controversial video, kind of. Today, recently, PlanetSide has been updated and the flight controls have been changed somewhat dramatically. On paper, it doesn't seem like much, but in realism, people who are experienced with flying, like myself, I've been flying ESFs for more than 2 years now, It's changed quite dramatically, and we can notice a difference. People who don't fly much probably won't notice a difference, but us experienced pilots are noticing a difference. I've written down a couple notes here to cover. This is going to be a quick overview of what's happening. First reactions when I pulled the scythe first time today was that it felt off. It just felt off immediately. I could tell something was up. I would have been able to tell something was up even if I didn't know about it, because it just didn't feel right. There is a bit of jitteriness I've noticed with the control. Now, I run quite a low sensitivity. I'm on 35cm mouse mount across, and, I run lower sensitivities in games. I don't know if my flight sensitivity is low. I don't know. I'll put my sensitivity settings on screen if you guys want to look at that. That's for flight only. But when I do a slight movement down, like that's me going as slight as I can until I notice a difference on the screen, it's not like a pixel by pixel movement as it should. It feels more like I'm jumping, and I have some footage here, and I'll zoom in if I need to. But it feels like it's jumping sets of pixels for me, and you can't, and that means that, me used to using, slight adjustments, to aim at people at range, or, even up close if I need to. The slight adjustments are not possible anymore. Or at least they're, very hard to do. Also, it feels like my scythe, at least when I tested with the scythe, the ESF has like something dragging it down. It doesn't feel like I have any more freedom at all. I don't know, but this might just be me, but this might happen with other experienced pilots as well. That when you've been flying for a certain amount of time, you know the limits of your aircraft. You know how to control your aircraft. If you want to get your aircraft, a certain angle, certain place, certain position, whatever, you'll know how to get it there. You know the limits, you know how far you can push it, and you know what you can do with it. I have that feeling, and I know what I can do. If I want to navigate around something, I know how to do it. But I just don't feel like I can do that in stuff anymore. It feels like something's dragging. It feels like something's stopping me from actually being able to do those actions. I do sometimes muck around just when I'm navigating from place to place, not actually fighting anyone. Sometimes I switch to using keyboard controls just for the lols. And I think that has helped me review this kind of bit now that the update's changed. Before this update, the arrow controls used to be very snappy, and then smooth once you let go. That kind of, the rate would slow down a bit. Now I'll put some footage up on the screen. It's actually, feels more like a controller. Like I'm directly pushing a thumbstick up, down, left, and right. Now this update is designed for the controllers, and help with controllers, joystick, etc. But I think that since this is a PC game, not many people use joysticks on this stuff. They really should just revert it back to the old settings, and go from there. But anyway, I will be testing out flying with my Xbox One controller later today. So stay subscribed for updates. I'll be chucking this stuff on the PlanetSide Reddit, so make sure you go over there as well. That'll be the main Reddit. That's r/PlanetSide. So I'm not actually fully informed on the technical side of the ESF change currently, but one guy from my clan, Delordish, he's actually written up a little spiel about what's been happening on the technical side. So, basically the reason for the change to the ESF flight controls is that with the limited size of the team working on PlanetSide 2, and the way that flight controls were implemented on PC, means that maintaining two base codes, one for PlayStation and one for PC, is inefficient and uses too many developer resources. So a few things that the code merger has done. Maximum pitch, roll, turn rates, that is how fast you can maneuver, has been lowered. Pitching, turning, yawing, and rolling, every form of motion except for ascend and descend, have slight acceleration to them that cannot be removed by turning off mouse acceleration. Pitch up and down and roll left and right, arrow keys by default, are slower than using the mouse. This is not like previously, where they would move at maximum rates of turn. Yaw is slow to respond and sometimes continues slightly after releasing, as well as having slow acceleration. It takes quarter of a second to get full speed and destroys small accuracy changes. When aiming, both pitch and roll have different inertia values and stop more quickly. While the small adjustments are jittery, pitching by mouse input overrides the keyboard input, meaning that if you're using the arrow keys to turn while using your mouse to make adjustments, you can't do that anymore. And quickly covering Liberators, the rolling is slow, no matter even if you're using the high G airframe or nothing. Possibly max roll rates have been lowered extremely. Air vehicle turrets have moved from vehicle sensitivity settings to mouse sensitivity options. So, when I jumped into a Dalton today to test it out, and we were doing a 1v1 libdog fight, what actually happened was that my sensitivity was low, and even if I changed the vehicle mouse sensitivity, which it used to be, it was actually down to the mouse sensitivity changes, which is a bit stupid because I don't want to change that because I've affected it to what I want. But yeah, as more news comes out, I might be covering it, but there will be another video on top of this one covering what's, going to happen, and, the frustration, as I'm going to say, with all of us pilots that have been flying for a long time. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.